Hey everybody, what's going on? In today's video, I'll show you how I made this apartment size privacy screen and planter all in one. Hey guys, I'm Rob. You're watching Hammered Halo Projects, where I show you the things I make in hopes of inspiring you to make the things you want to make. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So this project is for some friends of ours that are currently living in an apartment complex, and privacy is a bit of a concern to them when they're hanging out on their balcony. They wanted a privacy screen that was modern looking, but at the same time really low profile because of the limited space they have on their patio. They also wanted the ability to finish it themselves to match their current decor. So instead of just a plain old privacy screen, we decided to incorporate a planter box into the screen so they could have the ability to add even more colors by adding different plants and flowers to the box. This is a super easy build, so let's get into it. For this build, all I needed was 20 1x3s that were 8 feet long and 2 2x2s also 8 feet long. Now the whole project is based off the size of the planter you have, so it's probably best to pick that up first. The tray I'll be using is 27 inches long by 8 inches wide, and if you're looking for the same size, I'll put a link to the exact one in the description below if anybody's interested. I started off by cutting all the base frame and slat pieces. I set up a stop block on the miter saw to ensure consistency while batch cutting all these pieces. First off, I needed 7 pieces cut at 30 inches to make up the inner frame of the base. Next, I cut 22 pieces at 10 inches for all the slats on the 2 sides of the base. And lastly, 11 pieces at 31 7/8 for the slats on the front of the base. Once all that's cut, you should have 22 10-inch pieces, 7 30-inch pieces, and 11 31 7/8 inch pieces. Next, I'm cutting a rabbet into the 2 2x2s. I want the slats on the privacy screen to be inset into the 2x2 frame. However, this step is completely optional, so if you don't have a table saw or you just don't feel comfortable, go ahead and skip this step. I'll be using 2-inch brad nails to assemble most of the project, but you can use screws if you don't have a brad nailer. For the sides of the base, I'll take 2 of the 30-inch pieces, flip them on edge, and secure 11 of the 10-inch pieces, using one of them as a spacer block as I work my way down. The last one should overhang the edges, as you can see here. Now I'll flip the final one and secure it to the ends of the 2 30-inch pieces. Repeat the same process for the other side, and you should end up with 2 sections just like this. By standing up the 2 side sections and attaching 2 of the 31 7/8 inch pieces to either end using C-clamps will help to keep it all square while I nail on the front slats. Again, just working my way down the section. Next, I want to get a top and bottom support on the back side of the base, again using my C-clamps to keep everything square while I nail it into place. By the way, as always, all the links to the products and tools I use will be linked in the description below. Moving on to the top capping of the base, here I'm cutting a 45-degree miter joint on all 4 pieces, making sure to stay flush with the outside of the overall base. You could just do butt joints on all the corners if you didn't want to miter them, either way would be fine. Once all the top capping pieces are cut to the proper length, it's best to dry fit the planter box prior to gluing and nailing this into place. Because this project will sit outside 100% of the time, I'm using an exterior grade wood glue to fasten the capping and all the trim that will go on. I realized at this point I needed another support at the back of the base to help support the planter box, just so it doesn't sag over time when it's filled with dirt. By setting the box into place, I can then mark out the bottom of the planter so I know where to put my supports. I'm using 1.5-inch wood screws to secure these 2 support brackets, as they will be carrying some weight of the planter. That completes the base unit of this project. Now, to build and attach the privacy screen, I want the overall height to be 6 feet high, so here I'm cutting down the 2 2x2s to exactly 72 inches, and then nailing them onto the back corners of the base. When I originally cut all the pieces, I intentionally skipped cutting the screen slats because I needed to have the screen framing in place to figure out the exact size of the privacy slats I needed. Turns out they're the exact same as the front slats, which was 31 7/8. It's almost as though I planned it. Starting at the top, I clamped the first privacy slat into place, and by using another one on edge as my spacer, I simply worked my way down to the bottom. The bottom slat had to be ripped down to 1 inch in order to complete the screen. And lastly, I'm installing all the corner trim pieces to give it a more finished look.